Afternoon, folks. So this afternoon what we're going to start to have a look at is the insulating the floor of the van and boarding the floor of the van. So at first I have done a little bit of work on the floor, because I'll show you, in the Vivaros you have these voids in the Vivaros. Now this void is going to cause a problem, but if you look over here, there's a lot bigger voids here. Now it's not a major problem, but the only reason why I'm filling these voids is because you might have a little bit of flex in the ply once you put the ply down. All this is going to do is eliminate any flex. Obviously there, along there, I'm going to have units anyway, but I just don't want no movement. Obviously when the van's moving, it could potentially have a bit of flex in it. So anywhere where I've had these voids, there's some little ones over the back and here, anywhere where these voids are, I filled them with some 8mm cladding, some offcuts where I had off the ceiling, and that actually does it bang on. Now what I can do now is just literally just insulate straight over the floor. So the insulation what I've got is the Popper Campervan Klaus Self Foam sticky backed for the floor. So what I'm going to do, I've ordered a 1 metre by 5 metre roll, because which is not enough for these long wheelbase Vivaros, but I've got some offcuts left off the wheel arches here, so I should have enough just to piece up the last little bits, which it'll all be silver taped and sealed, so it ain't going to be a problem. Then I have kept the old plywood floor just to use as a template. The only difference is what I'm going to do with the new floor here, where the step is here, I'm taking the step out of it. I don't want the step in, so I'm going to ply straight over that, just so it's a nice even surface. There's no need for the step. The step's literally inching off step off the main one, so there's no point in them having it. But I'm still going to insulate over that part, and what I'd have to do is put some wood in just to support that edge, and put a front face on down there, put a front face on it, and I might just carpet it then a bit like that, and you'll never know that there used to be a step there. Once the plywood is down, after it I'm going to put some vinyl flooring down, the same sort of effect as the ceiling on the floor, which I'll spray glue down all over. Then once that's done, that's it. We're more ready to go then with the floor. Then we can move on to the next thing, which may be units, or I don't know whether to get the rock and roll bed first. I have my mind up here. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's get this start laying this insulation out, and we'll have a look at it. Right, so we're going to start laying this out. Now what you need to do with this stuff is you're going to have to lay it out before you take the backing off. This stuff's that sticky, you can't peel it back up or nothing, so you've got to make sure you've got it all cut around all the wheel arches and everything before you even dream of taking the backing off. That's how sticky it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll a piece right the way down, and we'll have a look at cutting around all the wheel arches, and then I'll show you how I cut this first one. You can either use scissors or you can use a Stanley knife, and then I'll just do a time lapse of the rest. So let's get on with it. Okay, so what I've done, I've just rolled it out, kept it all flush. We've just got to take a bit off this corner here, just so that sits in. Just like that. And now what we're going to have to do now is have a look at the wheel arch. So if I just turn you around to the wheel arch. Okay. Now with the wheel arches, if you ain't used to cutting stuff like this in place, you probably aren't better off just doing a simple template. But not too bad as it's just make sure you keep it all as tight as you can. And with this, we just need to keep folding it round. Make sure you're leaving a little bit on it, like so. That's what I need to do now. Down this edge here, there's a bit of a gap, so obviously I've got to get rid of that gap. So I'm just going to push it up a little bit. Until the gap's gone, which it has. Now I just need to put just another little cut around there, so it's tight. At the minute it's still on the roll. I cut the roll back here. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cut the roll back, and then we can do the final cuts around there, and then we'll have a look at sticking it back on. So I've cut it off the roll, leaving a little bit on. Now we can try now and just get a little cut into this wheel arch. Cut into sections, stuff it down, and just run the blade around it. Like that. Now, again, I've got a little gap in this corner, so I need just to push it up again so the gap disappears. Gonna just rough cut everything, then I can do the final cuts in it then. Okay. So now I'll just show you what I've done. You saw me cut that there. I've just gone round the wheel arch, round all this. I've left it long still on against the door, which don't actually matter yet. So now we're gonna have a look now and start to stick it down. The best way you could stick it down is just literally peel it back metre by metre. You don't want to do much more than that. Because like I say, if you peel all this off, you've got no control over it. Plus you have to do it bit by bit, because you've got to push it into the contours of the van. So we'll get up the front now and we'll start peeling some back and start sticking it down. Okay, so as you can see now, it's all fitted to the floor of the van. So now what I want to do is just peel this back. Now this stuff is awful to peel back, because what it wants to do, if you look there, is just rip. So it's really tedious just to get it to start peeling. Once you get it peeling, it's not too bad, but as you can see there, it's just a nightmare like that, and you've got to keep stopping and peeling, stopping and peeling. So now I'll peel back just a little. That's more than enough. I want to peel back for now, because the first piece is crucial, because this is what's going to position everything in the van. So what I'm going to do now is to start from this far edge and just push it. Now just got to work it in to all the gaps the best way you can. Like that. Now, if I show you, you can see where it is. Okay, so what I need to do now is roll this back up and just keep peeling back bit by bit. So now I'll do a little time lapse of me getting this piece in, then we can have a look at that piece on that side. Okay, so as you could see from that little time lapse, we have now got this first section all in, all the way around there, all taped up, ready, it's all done. Now I'll do a time lapse now on the other side. We get that one in and all taped up and done.
I'm feeling on top of the world, like nothing's ever gonna bring me down. This feeling got me flying high as a bird. I may never touch the ground. It may not be my birthday, but I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate.
Okay, so as you've seen from the time lapse, it's all done now. Just show you all there, all there. It's all done. It's all in the grooves and all the step, all around the arches. Everything's all in, sealed and taped now. So I think our next step now is let's get the ply cut and get the ply down. Okay, so as you've seen from the time lapse, it's all insulated and everything now. Now I have put the plywood floor down, but for some reason the camera Dave recorded, because I also did a time lapse on that, so I've sort of lost that footage, but I'll show you now what I've done. As you can see, the ply is all down all the way around. I have took out the step. I didn't want the step in. I think it looks better without the step, plus it gives you that bit more room. So I have blocked the front of the step up as well, which I'm going to just carpet line that. I'm going to carpet line along there. Plus on the back part you're supposed to have a black panel, what come originally. So I don't think I'm going to put that black panel on. I'm going to leave it I'm going to leave it off and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. With it instead. I was going to cut it out, as you can see it's marked on the wood, but I ain't going to do that now. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to carpet line here where you can see the silver, and I'm just going to my vinyl on the floor. Then I'll just come up to it and I'll fold it over this edge here, and this will all be carpet lined. Then I have still got to screw the floor down, but I ain't got the self-tapping screws yet. So yeah, as you can see, it's all applied, ready for the vinyl. Like I say, it just needs screwing down. So I've got to order some screws, self-tapping screws, so I can screw straight into the ribs of the floor. Once that's done, I can get the vinyl then, and that's it, floor's done. Not 100% sure yet, but I think I might get the rock and roll bed next, so I can get all the rock and roll bed all set up here, and then all my units then I can build around the rock and roll bed. I think that's my plan. But I did try and record the floor, but for some reason my camera didn't pick it up. I don't know why, so I'm not sure what happened there. But so I'm going to wrap it up at this one, and I'll see you on the next one.